I'm not going to beat around the yellow beanbag, guys. We're going to get straight into it. First look press release is here. Tonight's episode looks like it's going to be a good one. After last night's classic, it was a good episode, come on. So we all know where we're going to be tonight. ITV2, 9 p.m. We're going to be there to see what happens after the fires of the Casa Amor fallout die down. We're going to see what happens to the remaining burning embers, which are currently white hot. Come on, let's get into it. The fallout from Casa Amor continues. The next day, the islanders are still reeling from the dramatic Casa Amor recoupling. Chatting on the daybeds with the girls, Uma talks about her feelings for Will. I just feel different. It's changed things for me. He's let me down so much. Whilst Matilda says of Sean, I'm very conflicted right now. He's been moving mad in Casa. And it seems it's not long before the girls can get the answers they're after, as Uma gets a text which reads, Uma and Matilda, please get ready to leave the villa as Diamante and Lucy would love a catch-up. Hashtag real talk. Hashtag no filter. Yes, you heard it right. Diamante will be back tonight, guys. Lucy will be back too. But let's be honest. Diamante was one of the stars of the episode last night. What an assertive, clever woman. She obviously decided, you know what? Sean has dumped me. I'm going to get kicked off the show now, but I'm going to go down fighting and I'm going to make a statement while I do. And she was great. It's just what we like. She didn't just let him sit there and make his excuses were lame. They were rubbish. They were insulting. And I just thought, you know what? Good for you. She made a point. She did it well. She was, good with her words and all that kind of stuff. And she was really, I thought this is brilliant. And she did it more than once, and that was great. She even put Jess down too, which I thought was quite funny. So well done, Diamante. You deserve to be back tonight, and I think she deserves to come back as a bombshell, but I doubt that's going to happen, let's be honest. But she definitely deserves some recognition for making last night's episode so incredibly watchable. Uma and Matilda get the truth about the boys' Casa antics. Heading out to the villa to finally get some answers, Uma takes a seat with Lucy, and Matilda sits down with Diamante as the two reveal all. Diamante gets ready to spill the tea as she admits to Matilda, I've told you 1/10 of the story, whilst Lucy reveals what really went down on the hideaway terrace with Will. Given the opportunity to seek the truth, what revelations will the girls uncover? And have the boys been completely honest about their time away? Now, we don't know what Will and Sean are going to tell Matilda and Uma before they go on these dates, but I imagine they're quaking in their boots, especially Sean, because I feel like Sean really did kind of do exactly what Casey did. He latched on to Diamante. He really went in there, he was saying all these silly things to her, and then he just coldly dumped her. And I thought it was really, really poor form. And then he didn't have the guts when Matilda came back to stand up and own it, and I didn't like that. He was disputing what she was saying, and you know what? Now's not the time, Sean. He was even making stupid jokes about sweets. Again, the man is just obsessed with them. But yeah, and I just thought, you know what? Just own it and say, yeah, I did it. What she's saying is true. I'm sorry. But instead, he kind of went around and round, and you could see Matilda's face gradually, the visage of her face, gradually turning from a smile to a frown. She accepted it to start off with, but then realised, okay, maybe this is more than what I thought it was. And similarly with Will, he didn't really say that much, but Uma did tell him off afterwards, and I thought that was good that she did that. But I feel like Will really did lead Lucy on. He did say words to the effect to her that he wanted to recouple with her, and then just completely dropped it. And I thought, again, very, very mean. So these two will get their comeuppance. Now, I don't know what these girls are going to do once they find out what these guys have been up to, because it's not like they can just suddenly dump them. They're coupled up. I guess there will be another recoupling soon. I don't know whether any bombshells are scheduled to come in for these girls, or they could just forgive them both and say, no, I'm going to press on. I'm going to press on right to the end of Love Island so I can get the brand deals and stay with this boyfriend for a year and then dump him, just like all the other winning Love Islanders tend to do, with the exception, of course, of the likes of Whitney and Lochan. Nicole and Ellie talk about Kieran. Uma and Matilda aren't the only ones looking for answers. After hearing Ellie and Kieran knew of each other before the villa, Nicole sits down on the beanbags with Ellie to find out more. Ellie reveals to Nicole it was on and off messaging for a good few months, before confirming that the two had actually met before a night out. As Nicole admits Kieran never told her that, Ellie replies, I had a feeling he'd downplay it slightly. Determined to get answers, Nicole pulls Kieran for a chat, Will the two be able to make amends? Or will this be the final straw? I mean, I am so bored of Kieran and Nicole. Okay, we get it. You love each other. Great. Good for you. Stay together now and get married. Because I feel like there's nowhere else for their story to go now, unless they were to dramatically break up. Now, why would Nicole break up with him over a girl he messaged and met once? She's already clearly said, I'm not one of the 120. So they didn't sleep together, nothing happened. So I don't understand why she's so annoyingly touchy about everything. Literally everything. At this rate, even if like a fly lands on Kieran's shoulder, she's going to be jealous of that fly for landing on his shoulder. I just think it's got to stop at some point. And I think if she's not careful, what will actually happen is, if this continues, Kieran will just dump her because he's fed up of her mollycoddling and her constant pecking away at him for, you know, any reason that kind of sparks her jealousy. So I really hope we don't dig too much into this, because there's nothing there. It's getting really, really dull. You know, they were the ones who Maya Jama was crying over last night. So obviously they really love each other and it's great. So just let that narrative carry on. And then when they leave the villa, they can decide what to do. But for now, I don't really want to see any more of them. I really don't. However, I'm curious to know what Io and Mimi are going to say to each other tonight. That's not mentioned in the press release. I'm curious to know what's going to happen between Jess and Trey. Because even though Trey had said, you know, that there was nothing really there between him and Jess, when Jess came back with Hugo last night, her and Trey still did have a bit of a tit-for-tat conversation back and forth that didn't sound good. I thought, well, come on, Jess, you got what you wanted. You got Hugo. Trey, you got... Ellie. That's it. And I thought, what is there to fight about? But I think Jess will always find something to fight about. Anyway, guys, catch you later. You're going to be there, right? 9 o'clock? Come on. We've got to do this. It's going to be a fun episode tonight. I have good feelings about it. And when I have good feelings, that means absolutely nothing.